Hey dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and welcome back to another Ramble reaction review. This time we are covering the movie of Jigsaw. If you've been continuing on this channel, you know that I've been building up to this by doing reviews on Saws from 1 to 7, and to top it off I decided to do Jigsaw. And I thought I'd give this guy a new go.
Hello.
So, we have literally just seen Jigsaw.
We haven't spoken at all.
We deliberately did not speak.
I suspect that you are about to go scream. So scream away.
Kinda.
Ooh, let's go.
Obviously, because I've been watching the other 7, especially the first 4, I kind of get what the formula Saw's meant to go for and the way the Saw films are meant to kind of go. And yes, compare it to 7, this does have a bit more of a Saw feel to it. Mm-hmm. And it knows what it's trying to do as a story. The story is there. It's...
Oh. Are we being light, being careful about what we say? Or spoiling the hell out of it?
We're going to spoil this movie.
Okay, cool.
For to fully talk about it, we're going to end up spoiling. So if you don't want to spoil, go away. And come back after you've seen it. Or don't, it's fine. I'll give you a slight rundown of the plot. The trailer pretty much will give you an idea what's going on, is that John Kramer, Jigsaw, has been dead for 10 years, but for some reason there is a new test that has been activated. The police are determined to find out whether Jigsaw somehow faked his death and it's him, or whether this is a copycat. And then you've got the test that happens. The test itself isn't that important, kinda, until right at the end when you find out the test is important, because it's actually a reenactment of something supposedly Saw did way back when. I say supposedly.
Yeah, well that's the end. Now, when I first started watching this movie, it was like, yes, this is it's another Saw movie. It's just like the same. Just after third one, they become rather standard. 4
is actually really, really good.
Yeah,
after rewatching 4 is really, really good.
There is a certain formula. So again, like most movies, you have two things happen at the same time: a setup of a game, which you're thrown to at the beginning, and then a plot of police investigating, trying to find the killer, which seems to be the formula of most of the movies. What's good about this movie compared to the last 4 movies is that you've got no back characters to bother with. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It got very convoluted and and you had to know what was going on. You couldn't miss one of the movies because you didn't know what happened to this character, and and the characters were spanning over all of them. It's all fresh new characters.
Yeah.
And so you have the 2 police characters, the main doctor and his assistant, and they're all working along the investigation.
Yeah.
So these are the new characters. You're following them, finding out, trying to hunt down Saw while the game is going on.
Yeah.
And you're basically trying to guess which one of the 4 is the Jigsaw killer, if any of them.
Because it does heavily hint at the idea possibly Kramer is still alive. Mm-hmm. It's something that I almost swore at the screen, because I was like, don't you dare, movie, don't try. I know you're going to want to reset the whole thing, but don't reset it by going, yeah, we faked Kramer's death, and actually he's still alive. Because it really does try and make you feel that.
Yeah, but you squeezed, didn't you? As soon as there's one moment you're building up, you've seen the killer with the hood on, he takes the hood off, and you went...
If you're a fan of Saw, and you see that moment, it will make you squeal, because it's the first time
then
where we've physically seen him.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself. And it does.
Yes.
Now, the one problem I had is that you know, as the Jigsaw form, it is a formulaic Jigsaw movie, and you know as the formula goes on, there will be a twist in the end. Now, as I was going along with the movie, I mean, you're a big fan, so you probably dragged you in more. I felt I wasn't getting interested enough to be able to pick up the little bit of clues that along the trail you follow to get to the twist. I was like, I didn't notice this, mainly because the movie wasn't pulling me in, because it was like, it's another Saw movie, and I just wasn't that invested. What about you? I'm not a Jigsaw fan, so it didn't pull me in. You are a Jigsaw fan, did it pull you in?
Yes, it did. At first, when it first started, I was worried because it felt like another Saw 7 kind of mishap of a movie. Because what I've always enjoyed about Saw is you felt there was this very close-knitted universe of Saw. There was always like Saw's stuff happening and the FBI investigating him. It focused on just that. But then in 7, it expanded on that, and it kind of made the
6
world
and
too...
7, surely.
No, not even 6. 6 still kept to Saw's particular ones he is testing, and then Saw's apprentice.
Yeah.
7 basically had this whole idea the whole world could be affected by Saw, not just this small group, which it does work, but it doesn't kind of work the way 7 did it. And I was worried this film was going to do the same thing. It was going to try and make Saw bigger than it should have been.
It did continue from 7 because...
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, 7 has the cult of Jigsaw, and the cult of Jigsaw is mentioned in this.
Yes, this is one thing that if this is a continuation and not just a one-off new movie, it's something I'm hoping they're going to dive into the world that Saw created. And the fact that it's like, oh, there's these 4 rooms, and the legacy of Saw continues because of us. I'm like... Wait, are we possibly going to get Gordon's groups going to appear later? Is this what they're doing? Are they now stepping away from Saw himself and going, look, the ones that Saw created are now him?
No, because Saw was just too good a character to move away from. Like, the problem they've had with all the previous movies is it's always been the protege of Jigsaw, but none of the proteges have matched Jigsaw. And here, when we have again, this film does reveal a protege. But yet, it's the new Hoffman. It's the new Amanda.
It is.
Neither of
I was thinking about this.
Which are the new Jigsaw. You can't. He's irreplaceable. So all you're doing is you're retreading what the last 3 films have done. And if you're a fan of those type movies, then you'll like this. But it's nothing really new. Yeah, the twist in it was like, oh yeah, when Jigsaw shows up, it's. Okay, movie, explain yourself, and it does. And the twist on how he is in the film is
this is the thing.
It's interesting.
This is the thing.
But it is just a retread. So what it'll do is they're basically retreading, say, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 with a Jigsaw. So they do another one after this, another one after this, and eventually this character will then be dealt with the same way Hoffman was dealt with.
I don't know, because if you actually do watch the other films though, because I've recently experienced them, is that yes, there's going to be the trilogy of the new assistant, the new apprentice, and then the apprentice ends up dying or captured or whatever. I don't know about this one, because they very much felt like they were, instead of going, this is someone who has learned from Saw, it felt like, no, this person is purely going to be
a protege who has always been there.
Yes,
and it's not, you've never seen any evidence of this character before. He's always been there. Which is how they did with Hoffman.
Major problem I do have with this film is they basically say, oh, this guy was trained by Saw way back when Saw was beginning everything. But it's like, but if you're watching this, most people who've gone to watch Jigsaw, it's because they've seen the others. They're going to be like, it doesn't fit this whole timeline they've done.
Then like the Amanda elements and the Hoffman elements, and you think, oh yeah, you can see how that kind of works. How this guy works? No, it isn't. It isn't.
No.
You can't see it working at all.
You don't see where, unless they somehow explain it.
It's basically they're kind of hooking you in for. Or they'll explain it in another movie, and another movie, and I feel they're just going back over. I mean, if you like these kind of movies, then yeah, but there's nothing new. I was hoping for something new, like a good solid reboot. They could continue with the other movies, but do something new, and I felt they did nothing new. Yes, the twist is interesting and clever.
Yeah. But
I wasn't drawn enough because it was like I wasn't drawn in because it's yet another Saw movie. So I suppose that's why you get drawn in because you're a fan. I'm a casual.
Surely, if you're going to see Saw, then that's kind of the thing.
Well, no, you have your diehard Saw fans, but then you also have people who just go to the cinema and want to watch a film. And for the majority of people, it's I mean, even the cinematography in it, I felt was very standard. It almost felt like TV movie-esque. That's where, even though the earlier, say 1 and 2, had a rawness to them, they felt a bit special and unique.
It is something that you watch them all the way through, like I have. You do notice that by the time you get to 5, 6, and 7, everything, all the text becoming more updated and it's cleaner, and it's like that's not how the feel of Saw was.
And you don't care about the majority of people that are playing the game
Yeah.
because they are generic clones of other ones that have played the game. Like there's always someone who's a fairly good guy but obviously did something wrong. The asshole, the prostitute or thief or runaway girl who has problems, and then there's the ones that have the actual storyline. So there's always one that has a story. So at the beginning of the game, you had 5 people. One was taken out straight away, but there's reasons for that.
Yeah.
And then you introduce the 4 characters. You know which one's going to be the survivor out of those.
What I did find really cool about this one though is that I was getting annoyed because I'm like, why the hell has Saw meticulously had this game played out and he knows exactly, as much as he's meant to have the idea, I know how these people are going to play out, therefore I know who's going to step forward. He's never particularly set something up to, okay, I know these people are going to die and then these people are going to be left. Like, he set up a tape specifically for one of the characters and you're like, how did he know specifically this character was going to be left?
Yeah,
but then the twist kind of explains that though, because the test you are watching is actually a reenactment and he's deliberately playing it out in a specific way to replay the test that he originally had, which was, when you initially think of it, like, well, how is Saw doing this? But then you go, oh no, because he made sure it played out in a specific way. And that was, oh, I liked that. That I thought was cool.
Okay, cool. I mean, you're explaining parts of the movie, not the total movie. So let's go more to we've rambled on now, as we always do.
Yeah.
Let's go to rating it as a movie. Go.
If I'm going to do it as a movie itself, it's going to be a standard, generic horror movie you go see because it's Halloween kind of thing.
Which, let's be honest, it is. So.
But the thing is, the Saw fan in me is kind of... As a normal movie, I would say, what are we doing, out of 5? Out of 10?
Go on, give it that. What do we normally do?
I can't remember, 5.
I can't remember, it's been that long.
5.
Okay, 5, do it 5.
Out of 5, I would say 3. It's standard. It's entertaining to a degree, and it's just standard.
Yeah.
But as a Saw film, I rate it a little higher than some of the others, especially 7. And yes, 6. I would give it possibly a 4 in the scale of the Saw films themselves, but actually more of a 3.5 than a 4.
Yeah. I give it for the fact that the plus is it's not got the convoluted characters in there that you have to watch all the movies to understand what the hell's going on. It takes that out, which is good. But that's the only real plus. The rest of the movie is just generic Saw movie. Yes, it's a movie you go, you watch, you enjoy the gore or whatever, if you're into those kind of horror movies. But it was very bland. Apart from the cleverness of the twist, it was very bland, standard movie. So I give it 2.5 out of 5.
Ouch. Okay,
decent. No, it's decent enough.
Yeah.
But it didn't draw me in as a film. It was just, oh, listen, you could watch this and forget. You don't even know where it comes in the order of the movies. If you're a casual viewer, you wouldn't know. You have to know the characters and what's going on really to get it in, even though it is kind of like a reset in a way.
It is. They were very deliberately trying to loosely tie it in with the lore of Saw, but at the same time go, look, we are rebooting the series here.
It's not a reboot. It's just continuation, and it's the same. It's the same. If you, as I say, if you enjoy these movies, then you'll enjoy this one. As a movie, it's just okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what we think, guys. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Whether you've gone to see it and thought, no, actually, this is a really cool film. I don't know why you're moaning so much. Or maybe you think it's a pile of trash, like most people do with the Saw franchises. And if you would, guys, subscribe. And if you have already, share this video with your friends. And until next video, guys, I'll see you later. Bye!